as long as we can remember in our history, we've had the fight between good and evil, light and dark, us and them, me against you. This polarity is at the root of all our wars, domestic violence, hatred, hurt and pain. And the struggle of the human condition has always been to try and eradicate the other. But what I'm feeling is that it is not about eradicating the other, that we have been living in a false mindset, and it is this very mindset that is perpetuating the old order of violence and hate. And that in order to move into the new, a new mindset is required that aligns with the new paradigm. And this is, as the Tao would call, the middle way. It is being able to know that we live in a world of duality, in this three-dimensional reality that we exist in. And can we hold the light and the dark in equal measure? Can we stay at the center of these two polarities? And this is all polarities, masculine, feminine. There's a lot of tension at the moment around gender. Even to mention those words brings up a lot of contention. So I'm referring to all polarities. Can we hold the center and feel both of those within us? Within everything that happens to us that we feel to be negative, can we integrate and learn the lessons? And this is really about maturing. This is about growing into a higher level of consciousness, where we are able to reflect and integrate everything that happens to us into and through our center, through our heart. What can I learn from this? How can I use this to grow? How can I take this into my heart? How can I thank this energy for reflecting this to me, rather than labeling it as bad and wrong? And please know that this does not exclude the need to set boundaries against energies that would destroy you or pull you down. I'm not talking about whitewashing love. I'm talking about an empowered, centered love that holds both polarities and does what it needs to do, that serves the growth of love. And this includes putting down boundaries when boundaries are needed. It includes softening and turning the other cheek when that is needed. It's about moving beyond fixed ideas of right and wrong and being in the moment, of learning from all our experiences and how we are required to move in that moment from that place, from that center place, to hold all that is happening to us and to learn from it and to grow without descending into war. So I recently had an experience which felt abusive to me in a relationship. And it was really beautiful to get to a point where I could thank that person for their soul contract to me in serving to show me where I needed to step more into my power, to set boundaries, to hold my own center. So instead of labeling that person as evil, as wrong. I could see beyond the personal. I could see into our soul contract where they had agreed to hold that polarity and did serve my soul. So I thanked that soul. Even though at the personal level, my boundaries are like steel, because love will not allow a domination over my own self, over my own expansion. That would not be loving to me. So even though at the personal level my boundaries are fully in place, at the soul level I'm hugely expanded with love and compassion toward that soul, that being. So this is what it is to hold the center. It is to stay open through the heart, to stay open in love, even as we do what needs to be done in our 3D reality to hold the balance. It's as soft as it is strong. It needs to be able to integrate the light and the dark, the power and the love. And it's only through this integration that we can stay in the center, that we can keep our hearts open to love. But it requires us to hold a bird's eye view from the level of soul and not be lost in the personal, not be lost in the me against you. Of course there are injustices, and those injustices require boundaries to keep the personal self safe. And this does not mean that at a soul level the heart needs to close. At a soul level, the soul can see the benefit and the beauty of that polarity, what it is reflecting back, so that growth can occur. So as we are moving into a new paradigm based on love, the task will be to hold that center, to keep the heart open, and to integrate and learn from all that comes our way, and be okay with letting die what needs to die so that we can give birth to the new.